is it going today? Loyal Skin Eyes Dwayne.
Name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne Jazz. Today we have Ganondorf versus Dracula by Death Battle.
Yes.
Speaking of Death Battle, they sent us their new game. Oh,
I know you guys can't see it, but we're gonna put it right there. They sent it to us, and we are so happy because we're glad that they actually like our videos.
Right. Yeah, we cool. We're bros now.
Right. But they have a Death Battle card game for those who don't know about it. And they actually gave us the 20 bonus Rooster Teeth cards is in here. And it's basically a 2-player game that you play like me versus you. And basically it's the last person standing. They even have like cool little like drawings inside the box and everything. It's really cool.
It comes with like it comes with a
50 dice and 100 cards. And they tell you how to play inside this little booklet right here with like all the different drawings. And it's different weapons, different skills. They have different types of dice for different types of things. Like you have armor dice and swap dice, second chance dice, a whole bunch of things. But basically you're supposed to get rid of their armor cards, and whoever gets rid of the other player's armor cards wins, basically. And they have, look. So it's really cool. If you guys want to get it, make sure you click the link down below to get your own and play with a friend.
Fame may be fleeting, and wealth ephemeral, but true evil.
Wait. I know it's early, pause. Do you remember when Family Guy did it?
Oh, when they dove into the coins.
And he hit the coin. Listen, if anybody ever get rich, do not dive in a big safe
badly hurt.
full of coins.
You're going to get hurt.
He's not able to do this.
It's not going to flow like water. It's going to hit like bricks, okay?
Yeah. Alright, that's it. I just remembered it.
It just comes back with a goddamn second health bar.
Ganondorf, the calamitous demon king of Princess Zelda's High.
Isn't it
And
Smash Bros?
Dracula, the everlasting
I think so,
vampire
yeah.
lord of Castlevania. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze
And
their
we just
weapons,
watched
armor, and
Castlevania
skills to find out
too.
who would win a death battle.
Castlevania was so good.
It was very good.
It took us so
Millennia
long to
ago,
watch
in
it.
an
I don't know why.
age-long past, the Demon King Demise threatened to pull the world into blood and war.
Until he got his ass slapped by this pointy-eared boy in green.
Undaunted by being,
everybody
murdered,
thought was
Demise
Zelda at
cursed
first, but
the
it's
blood
not.
of the goddess and the spirit of the hero to be forever haunted by his wrath made flesh. That curse became Ganondorf Dragmire.
Good old Dorf was born to the Gerudo tribe of the desert. Thing is, the Gerudo were all ladies, and Ganondorf was the first male born in 100 years, which automatically made him their king. Because reasons,
The
I
only
guess.
one.
Wait, so he gets to be in charge and has the best odds on Tinder? That's my dream come true. What
His
more?
only choice.
Ganondorf could. Jealous of the neighboring kingdom of
swiping, all you see
Hyrule,
is
fertile
him.
fields, clean water, and not being a godforsaken desert, he dreamed of a better world for his people.
Or, just for himself. Being the reincarnation of ultimate evil means you're probably kind of a selfish douche.
And surprisingly, his vile ambitions would be rewarded. Turns out he was also preternaturally adept at magic, as befits an education from his caretakers, the witches Koume and Kotake.
From them, Dorf learned to pitch balls of electricity, summon lightning, move objects
Yeah, I
with
didn't play that
telekinesis,
Zelda game.
levitate, fort barriers, and control minds.
When he wishes to fight from a distance, he can create phantom horsemen or puppets of himself to battle as his proxy.
Wow. Geez.
Or if he wants to get personal, he can use his dark magic to
Super
enhance
smart.
his physical strength, making him a badass at
Nobody
all
really
ranges.
played him.
He's a
that
master
much,
with a
as far as I
blade,
know.
sometimes two,
Yeah.
and sometimes on horseback.
And sometimes 2 swords on 2 horsebacks?
Let's not get crazy. He was just a man, after all, though not for long. With his magical training complete, Ganondorf put his greatest skill to the test, his raw cunning, by manipulating the rulers of Hyrule and its neighboring domains, as well as a curiously familiar boy in green.
Hey, what do you know? Weird coincidence.
Ganondorf gained entry to an alternate dimension called the Sacred Realm. Within it lay the Triforce, a magical artifact left by the gods said to
y'all
grant
know
the
what that
wish
is.
of whomever touches it.
The perfect solution to all your world-conquering needs.
Yeah.
Except once Ganondorf got his hands on those golden Doritos, 2 of them jumped ship.
See, only someone with a perfect balance of courage, wisdom, and power can wield the complete Triforce. If someone with an imbalance between those 3 virtues touches it, it splits. In this case, the pieces of wisdom and courage went to Ganondorf's enemies, Princess Zelda and the hero Link.
Oh, that's embarrassing. But he did get to keep the Triforce of Power, because who needs the courage and wisdom shit when you can just blow stuff up? That's how I live.
Even on its own, the Triforce of Power radically improved Ganondorf's strength and magical prowess, while also elevating him from a mere warlock to the Demon King he was always meant to be.
Wow.
Oh. Okay.
Literally, he can turn into a big blue pig monster.
The dark beast
But
known
why?
simply as Ganon is a nearly unstoppable terror, gaining even greater strength without sacrificing any of his intellect.
Oh,
As a
wow.
bacon wizard, he can obliterate foes with fireballs, turn invisible, teleport,
Oh my
summon
God.
darkness,
Turn
and even
invisible.
distort the space around him.
Despite all that power and even successfully ruling Hyrule for 7 years, Ganondorf was soundly defeated and sealed within the sacred realm.
Yeah.
There he remained, trapped outside the spaces of reality, a prisoner to the void between space and time, never to return ever again.
Yes, he is.
Sorry. I couldn't keep a straight face.
They're like, you know he's
No,
coming
he got
back.
out like the next day.
So nothing holds Ganon back for long, and he's insanely tough to
Right.
kill. In fact, thanks to his part of the Triforce, he's almost indestructible. While most weapons can technically harm him, it usually takes a holy weapon like the Master Sword or light arrows to put him down.
He once survived being crushed within his own castle, which, based on its size and composition here, and accounting for the hollowed out interior, should weigh over 11,000 tons.
Whoa.
Even better, he later withstood a different castle exploding around him. Wow, some of this guy in castle.
Right, that's what I'm like.
The
What?
size of
Like,
the in-game castle model and assuming violent fragmentation, we can determine it was a blast worth almost 2 kilotons.
I will
of
never
TNT,
leave him around my
a
castle.
yield
like,
comparable
Right.
to early atomic
He's gonna
bombs.
destroy it.
And even though holy weapons can bypass his defenses, he still survived being stabbed in the face with the Master Sword. You know,
How?
the literal blade of evil's bane.
Or like when he was impaled through the chest by one of the sages after he was supposedly sealed away. He just yanked that shit right out and murdered the bastards
Oh
that
my
did it to him. Heads up, Wiz, you ever stab me again and that's what's happening to you.
Right. Well, Ganondorf
That's a
isn't just
threat.
tough. He's powerful enough to punch shockwaves, tear up an island, and block out the sky with his magical malice.
Plus, he
Okay.
can keep up with Link. He's even killed him in one timeline. And this fairy boy can dodge Beamos lasers.
Which are literal lasers. They move in a straight line, burn instead of exploding, and according to the game's guidebook, are called lasers. So they should move at light speed. Based on the
Right.
distance Link moved relative to this beam, we can estimate his own reaction speed to be about 11% the speed of light.
Jesus.
Too bad old Dorf Lundgren doesn't get to hold on to Hyrule for too long. Still, you can stab and seal him away all you
But
want.
he's gonna
This
come
big
back.
pork bastard will always be back to bring about your crispy demise.
Okay.
In the world of Castlevania, the universe is
villains always
governed
gotta
by
laugh
2
like that.
opposing forces, order and chaos.
Hey, it's like you and me, Wiz.
No, I mean literally. As legend goes, for God to be good, there must be an equal force of evil to create balance. An evil found in an alternate dimension called the Chaotic Realm. This is chaos.
But to keep his spot in the balance on Earth, Chaos needed to choose a Dark Lord to represent him. A
Dracula.
Dark Messiah, if you will. As luck would have it, a perfect candidate would end up choosing him.
In the 11th century, Matthias Kronkvist was the strategic mastermind behind a company of knights, alongside fellow commander and best friend, Leon Belmont.
But as with
Belmont.
most bromances, it got screwed up by a homance.
Boomstick, have
Oh
some
my
tact.
goodness.
His wife died from a horrible illness.
Was it third wheeling? I'm sorry, Wiz, but you can already tell this guy is evil because his name is Math. I mean, I know we use math all the time to do this show, but sometimes one must embrace the darkness to see the light.
Right. Anyway, Matthias's grief was so intense, he swore vengeance on God himself. To achieve his vengeance, Matthias sought the powers of
Gonna kill
God's polar
everybody.
opposite, chaos.
So he set up an easy 6-step plan. Step 1, pick up a red rock called the Crimson Stone. It'll be important later. Step 2, force death itself to become your personal secretary. Step 3, kill Luigi. Step 4, convince a vampire named
Say kill
Walter to
Luigi.
kill Leon's fiance, cause misery loves company. Step 5, let Leon murder poor Walt. And and have death shove his soul into that red rock. Step 6, congratulations! You are now a vampire. God, kids, I hope you are paying attention.
That is a lot
From
of
that
stuff.
day forth, Matthias rejected his humanity. He became a
Man,
vampire
Dio was so
and much
annoying.
more.
Oh my god.
He was
I hated
the Dark
JoJo for no
Lord,
reason.
Dracula.
There have been a lot of different versions of Dracula over the years, but this one isn't your run-of-the-mill, I want to suck your blood type. This Dracula is the avatar of chaos on Earth, the opposite to God. So, like, the devil. He's basically the devil.
He didn't have much time to enjoy his new powers, though, as his former friend Leon swore revenge, a vow which would carry on throughout generations.
But good luck taking down this all-new and improved vampire lord. He's got your standard vampire loadout like blood-sucking, flight, razor-sharp claws, telekinesis, and even tripping balls teleportation.
I think that
He can also exert his influence over all living things, whether it be mind control, body possession,
Basically,
or
devil.
absorbing the souls and abilities of fallen enemies through his power of dominance.
Oh, like Kirby.
A demonic monster, Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirby. Also, Dracula can shapeshift to his black heart's desire, like into a swarm of bats, a cloud of mist, and a wolf. Oh, I get it.
That was
the
very
opposite
cool when
to
Alucard
God,
did that.
because he's a dog, just like the way Alucard is Dracula backwards. God, I should do science.
I didn't even
He's
know that
also a
Alucard
master
was like
sorcerer,
Dracula
able to summon
backwards, I know.
fireballs,
Maybe
meteors,
2 or
and
3
acid
episodes
blood rain
in.
from the sky. Dark Inferno is a huge ball
Hold
of
on, I gotta
magma
read
that-
this. I gotta read this. Immortality, necromancy,
Pyromancy.
alchemy, dark inferno, demonic Megiddo. I don't know. Power of dominance, demon / undead summoning, soul manipulation and absorption, monstrous transformation. God, like
that will fry
Anything
in its
evil,
path,
basically.
and
Right.
will
Anything
revitalize
evil.
himself with another's life energy via soul steal.
Then there's his most powerful attack, a localized nuke of holy magic, the demonic Megiddo.
With all these
Okay,
powers,
great.
it's no wonder Europe trembled at his presence for centuries, though perhaps their fears were unfounded.
Yeah, despite being living chaos or whatever, Dracula was sometimes a pretty chill guy. He even got himself married and had a kid.
Yeah.
Then again, kids are also the embodiment of chaos.
Sadly, the people of a nearby church grew suspect of his
killed her.
wife, accusing her of witchcraft.
All she
So
did was
they
use science.
burned her at the stake, and Dracula swore vengeance upon the
On
god they
everybody.
followed as...
Wait. Did he just get a total repeat of his backstory? Man, this guy can't catch a break.
He was even forced to battle multiple descendants of Belmont, many of whom would actually defeat him.
Yep.
Well, sort of. Turns out Dracula is a much tougher vampire to kill than labeled
He's
Walter.
always gonna come
Even
back.
after losing his entire body, Dracula's soul remained tethered to chaos. Thus, he would be resurrected every 100 years.
When he wants to go all out, he can draw from the power of the chaotic realm and transform into one of many awesome monsters. Like a giant demon, a giant demon bird, a giant demon head, and a
Demon
giant demon
everything.
head in a painting that vomits out bats.
Dracula can punch hard enough to rend
what the hell were they thinking?
move quick enough to catch arrows out of thin air, and even warp the fabric of reality itself.
He's tough enough to survive a lightning strike, get blasted by an enormous meteor, and even get crushed under the weight of his fortress, aka the Castlevania.
By measuring the size of Castlevania on the game's official art, we know it should weigh around 2 million tons.
Sheesh.
Even then, Dracula has regenerated his body from decapitation, a mess of blood, and even full-on disintegration.
Yeah, I think Dracula.
So how the hell does he keep getting killed
Brave
by
a black
everyone
hole.
from Discount Conan to the Ghost of Weeb's Past?
Naturally, with the help of holy weapons, which Dracula
Yeah.
is certainly not a fan of.
Oh, that show
So
was so
even
good.
when
I
he's
can't wait for
turned his
another
body
season.
into
Yeah.
some misty vape clouds, he keeps his head vulnerable. Because video games.
Yeah, why
Or more
not?
precisely, his hubris. Dracula's blatant arrogance would lead to his ultimate downfall, allowing his enemies to sever his connection to the chaotic realm and thus end his cycle
That's
of
when he had to kill
resurrection.
his father.
So instead, he was reincarnated.
Into a white-haired anime boy with the power of friendship. Soma Cruz, who turned out to be
Oh.
just as powerful as Dracula Classic. Like when he dodged beams of light or when he defeated chaos itself.
Okay.
Dracula's influence and power would never truly end. Even 10,000 years into the future, his bloodline continues to strike
Always be,
terror
like,
into the hearts of
reincarnated.
men. As long as good and evil exist,
Hold up, that's his kid? What the hell happened to him?
Right.
no ordinary man can stand up to the incredible force that is the Dark Lord Dracula.
Behold my
game is
Right, I was kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, is that a Game Boy game?
Right, is it Game Boy? Is it not? What is it?
Let's go. Dracula.
I call Dracula too. I'm sorry.
We both Dracula. Ganondorf, I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
Nah, I'm gonna go Ganondorf since you want to go Dracula.
Yeah, in your heart, you're going with Dracula, so just go with him.
Ganondorf, let's make this upset.
Okay.
No. Pickle nose.
Your castle is lost, vampire.
Oh, he about to destroy it. Watch.
Challenge my power.
But what is a man? A miserable pile of secrets.
Ooh.
It's all on sight.
Yep.
I love the animation on this one. This one looks
I like the teleportation. I like how he's fighting. He's like, let's just get this over.
Right.
Turn into a bath. Oh, that looks great. He's like, you better back up.
Right.
Your tricks mean nothing.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
Dang, go on, make the eye came
right.
out.
Ooh. The budget on this one.
Right. Goodness, are these like Medusa heads? Gonna bite you. Uh-oh.
Triforce.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Ooh. Oh, hey, I'm not gonna. This one is top
This
notch.
one is nice. There you go. Send it back.
Oh, he pulled the sword. You know it's getting lit now.
He's not.
No.
I was about to say, oh, that's bad, but
right. Yeah.
He's gonna come back. Yep, demon. There you go.
Oh my.
He should have cut off his head.
Hey.
Oh, imagine that running after you.
Right. Oh, I thought
he ate him. I thought he ate him. I thought it was over.
It's time for his transformation now.
He's gonna turn into like that big beast.
Yeah. Ooh, man, this one is crazy.
Monster versus monster. What you gonna do?
Right. Ooh, dang.
All right, you better step it up.
What is it called? Megiddo? Oh man.
I am no simple vampire. I am a god.
Woo! Woo!
That ain't doing nothing to him.
Oh, Triforce gone.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gone. He's dead.
Oh.
Yikes.
Not like that.
Is that his body parts? Oh wait, no.
No.
That's just rocks.
Yeah.
You're not a man. You're a pig. Let me hear you squeal.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Drank him like some orange juice. I swear to goodness. It made it seem like he was about to come back and it would be like an upset.
Yeah.
Drink beer.
He was like, no.
Dracula drinks
Right.
people.
There was a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Ganondorf and Dracula show similar
Oh, yeah.
reaction speeds, with only a small % difference when compared to the speed of light. They were both brilliant schemers who have perfectly manipulated many intelligent foes, and their standard magical arsenals seem pretty comparable overall.
But
Yeah.
Dracula did have a leg up with a few extra magic powers that Ganondorf just didn't have. Like how he could rip out his soul in a bunch of different ways. That's something Ganondorf never really had to guard against before. Also, remember how Ganondorf survived an explosion worth about 2 kilotons of TNT?
An admirable feat, to be sure, but let's look at that meteor strike Dracula survived.
And it was
Based on its size, composition, and speed of ablation, it must have struck with an energy equivalent to 2 megatons of TNT, 1,000 times greater than Ganondorf's proven durability.
But hey, I know what you're thinking. What about that sage sword Ganondorf had? Shouldn't he have had an easy time killing Drac since it's a holy weapon?
Yes.
In some circumstances, sure. Running this fight over and over 100 times, Ganondorf would certainly score a few victories. But when considering Dracula's absurd regenerative abilities, it would take more than just a few hits from a holy weapon to finish him off.
A lot more.
Not to mention, Dracula also wielded a holy weapon that took advantage of Ganondorf's weakness in the form of demonic Megiddo. Yeah, I know it's called demonic, so it seems weird, but it is explicitly described to be holy magic.
And dropping a holy nuke on Ganondorf was a way more powerful victory move than trying to hit Dracula with a sword. And that's really what this came down to. Power.
Despite literally wielding the Triforce of power, Ganondorf's potential paled in comparison to the energy Dracula drew from chaos.
All the ways to go, that must have sucked. The big pig's chances were slim to Ganon.
The winner is Dracula.
Well played, Jonathan. Well played.
Did you know we've got
got
a dice dueling game?
Choose your weapons, armor, and skills before diving into the fight of your life.
Just don't eat the dice. They look like candy. They're not.
Click the link below to get the Death Battle game right now.
Okay. Mom? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. Okay.
Look at Mob. Oh my goodness.
Mob, if y'all haven't watched Mob Psycho, go watch it. It is a very, very great anime. And they're fighting against like two of the same like companies, like animes basically, because isn't Mob Psycho and One Punch Man made by the same people?
Made by the same, I would say, manga artist.
Yeah.
One. His name is One.
Yeah.
And he makes One Punch Man and Mob.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so it's like they're facing almost the same entity.
And it's, what's her name? Tornado?
Yeah, Tornado. She is.
Yeah, she's pretty
great.
powerful too. Okay, now you got me. Okay, that was okay. First of all, that death battle was great. Like the animation was amazing.
I just hope that their next death battle is like similar to like, I don't know if they can, but similar in like fight style as they do like in Mob Psycho the show.
I don't know, because I'm not gonna lie to you.
It is
Mob Psycho, and I might get some flack for this, but Mob Psycho is better than One Punch Man.
Yeah, as far as like, because when One Punch Man started off, I would say started off as like a parody like anime, like, oh, like he's strong, stronger than anybody and everything. And then like the second season was mainly focusing on like Garo and like
the other hero, the world building.
And he's not like chilling.
Yeah, as far like the second season is not, to me, is not good as the first one.
I like the second season.
I'm not saying it's not good. At the end, it started getting good, and then but Mob Psycho was like, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You should check that. Every episode was good, and then when it got to the end, it got even like better. Like when I say better, I'm like gosh, like animation and all amazing. Like humor, good. Like anyway, comment below, guys. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like and share.